it's Aaron Ryan from the Rian Group here at Keller Williams Realty in Portland, Oregon. Welcome back to my blog, and today we're going to be talking about the topic that everybody seems to have on their mind, and that's when is this housing market going to recover? When are we going to start to see prices stop falling and start to go back up a little bit? And you know, the truth is, in today's market, we're still seeing a big downward pressure on the housing market, and that pressure might get worse before it gets better. And here's why. We just got done going through the biggest bubble in history. I think homeowners are still struggling to wrap their minds around the size of the global housing bubble. From 2000 to 2005, home prices in Portland rose more than 100%, believe it or not. That prompted The Economist magazine to dub the housing market the biggest bubble in history. Not only does this dwarf any previous house price boom the magazine wrote at the time, it's actually larger than the global stock market bubble in the late 90s. That's a pretty big jump. America's stock market bubble in the late 1920s, prices went far too high, too fast. When the dot-com bubble started collapsing in 2000, the NASDAQ, I believe, spent 2.5 years shedding 76% of its value. 11 years later, the NASDAQ still hasn't come close to retouching the highs it hit during the height of that bubble. You know, another reason is supply and demand. There's just too many houses on the market for recovery to take root. At this current pace, it would take about 7 months to sell all the newly built houses in the market and 8 additional months to sell all the existing homes on the market. You know, right now, in an ordinary market, it would take about 6 months to sell all the homes on the market. That means the market's even. It's not a seller's market, it's not a buyer's market, it's just a fair and stable market. Right now, we have more than twice as many homes for sale than there should be. And a string of foreclosure properties are expected to flood the market in the wake of the robo-signing scandal that imposed a moratorium on foreclosures late last year. You know, home prices will also face headwinds as interest rates rise and the government begins winding down, you know, the tax credits and loan guarantees that made buying a lot easier. Really, the moral is housing prices still face an uphill battle. The battle could come late this year or in 2012, but that doesn't mean that we'll start to see prices heading back to the 2007 peak. Just as the NASDAQ hasn't returned to its dot-com bubble glory, it could take decades before we see retouch the highs we saw in the housing industry. So what does that mean for you as a home seller? You know, right now, one of the things that you should keep in mind is, do you have to sell your home? And if the answer is yes, get your house on the market as quickly as you possibly can. Try to get as much of it as you can now before additional foreclosures and more homes come on the market. The value is going to be what it is. Get what that is in today's market. Be a realistic seller and sell for what you can get today. And the other time that it could, in another circumstance, that it could be a good time to sell your house is if you're trying to take advantage of this market. Remember back in 05 and 06, we were selling our homes at for a great price, but we were going out and just buying homes at a high price also. In this market, we might be selling a little bit low, but we're also going to be buying low. So really, we're trading our dollars and really not making up any kind of making up our difference when we go to buy. So something to keep in mind. If you're waiting for the market to rebound, you might be there for a really long time, years. Hopefully not decades, but years. If you have questions about your house, your circumstance, how much your house might be worth in today's market, give me a call. I can be reached here at my office again at 503-343-1666, or you can email me, aaron@theriangroup.com. I'd love to speak to you. Hope you're having a great day, and I look forward to talking to you soon.